It is 2:00 and we have a quorum. So I'm gonna start the meeting and welcome everybody to the joint meeting for the Rules and Open Government Committee and Committee of the Whole. Tony, can you call roll call, please?
Arenas,
Here.
Cohen,
Here.
Davis, Perales, Jones.
Present.
You have a quorum.
All right, and Council Member and Vice Chair Perales will not be here at this meeting because baby Sophia came into the world at 2:55 this morning. So when you reach out to Raul and congratulate him. All right, we're going to start with the agenda for Tuesday, March 1st. And we're going to start off on pages 4 and 5. 6 and 7. 8 and 9. 10 and 11. 12 and 13. 14 and 15. 16. So I am going to go to the public first for public comments. And
Brian Darby.
Thank you very much. I hope you're all doing well. Congratulations on that gentleman who has a new child. That's wonderful. The three things, it's the 3 reports that are coming. I think it's this week, the independent audit after action report, use of force report, and 21st century report. Is 21st policing report is coming out on it. And I hope there's going to be enough time to actually discuss each of these separately. It appears that public comment has been reduced. And that could be due to time. I was just reading through a lot of the notes that you got put up with, about the gun ordinance. And a lot of them were outright threats. And personally, I don't think I've ever threatened anybody or used foul language or raised my voice, but I can tell you the frustration we feel on a constant basis about not being able to bring up important issues, not only at council or at open government, but just in calling, leaving messages. The other day I was coming down Meridian and I was almost killed. Somebody was tailgating me probably about a half foot away from my car, screaming and yelling, and it happens all the time because the terrible thing I do, I go the speed limit. And it's a problem throughout the city. Even the city council is starting to recognize that because 16 people have died in accidents in less than 2 months in the city. And I think that's a big deal. It may not be. If it isn't, then it should be. If it is, then it's not being handled that way. And like it says on the police thing, it says, on that zero committee, the zero committee, I only got a couple seconds left. The zero committee, they don't go by just how many people complain. They go by the need. And that just is not happening. Thank you. Extremely disappointed, just to let you know.
thank you, Brian. Bringing it back to the committee, before I entertain a motion, I got to ask Lee my standard question. Lee, I'm sure you know what I'm going to ask you. Is there a way for us to, or have we gone through the agenda and made sure that we balanced the agenda?
Yes, we have, Vice Mayor. So the items listed do need to be heard, and others that do not need to be heard or that aren't as time sensitive have been moved.
Great. Thank you, Lee. And there's no ad sheet. So also there was a request by Councilmember Perales to defer item 10.1.a. So can the maker of the motion also include that in their motion?
Okay, I'll move to approve the agenda and defer 10.1.a.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you for the second. Tony?
Arenas,
Yes.
Cohen,
Aye.
Davis,
Yes.
Jones.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, on to the agenda for Tuesday, March 8th. And we will start out on pages 4 and 5. Pages 6 and 7. Eight and 9. 10 and 11. 12 and 13. And that's it. And I will go now to the public for public comments. Tony?
Caller 4963.
Yeah, hi, Martha O'Connell. I would like to discuss the fact that the public record is under consent on this agenda.
That's
I-
that's not at this time. We're talking specifically about the March 8th agenda.
Well, isn't the open forum under consent on March 8th?
We're not, so you're asking for a separate open forum about the
No.
March 8th agenda?
Tony, I'm addressing the placement on the March 8th agenda under consent. If you wish me to wait until open forum, unlike other people, I will
Okay,
not.
What item?
Martha, you can speak to that. Wait to speak to that under the consent item. It would be appropriate then.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were on the consent item.
No.
All right, thank you.
Okay,
You jumped the gun a little bit.
Brian Darby,
Again, I have to agree with the Vice Mayor. These are pretty packed agendas, and I know they have to be considered in the financial cycle. And also on those agendas, I appreciate the fact that we could e-comment. I haven't really done a lot of that. It goes back to my same frustration that I just don't think we're heard about a lot of this stuff. It seems like decisions are already made, but this is just about the agenda. I think the agendas at times are too long. Thank you.
back to the committee.
Thank you. And Lee, I'm gonna hold off asking you the question about this particular agenda until next week. So be ready. So bringing it back to the committee, can I get a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Second.
Thank you. Tony?
Arenas,
Yes.
Cohen,
Aye.
Davis,
Yes.
Jones.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now on to the consent calendar. And I'm gonna go to the public and Tony?
Brian Darby,
I have to agree putting the public record, I have to agree putting the public record under the consent item is pretty frustrating, you know. The public record is a big part of how we're supposed to be able to hold the people we elect accountable. And that's becoming less and less able to do just by sheer inundation of massive amounts of information that are not filtered in any kind of way. A database and a financial or a communication system where the mayor has to use his private email because the one that the city has doesn't work well, and that's exactly what he said on the record, and eventually was sued. And that alone should be an wake up. It's not going to be. And then you have your 311 app, which doesn't work. And a lot of us try to use it. We try to report things. We try to make we try to be active citizens. And for some reason, that's seen as wrong. And it's frustrating. Just it's frustrating. We want to help too, and we have reached out. And I'm sorry, I've had very little success with that. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. You do have my personal contact information, so you always can feel free to reach out to me directly.
Martha?
Yeah, thanks, Tony. I would apologize for speaking at the wrong time. I don't have the printed agenda in front of me. I have reviewed Vice Mayor Jones' February 3rd memo about 10 times, and there is nothing in that memo that specifically states that the public record is now going to be under the consent. I have sent questions in asking a very direct question, like where is it in the memo? And I have not been able to get a direct answer. I am in total support of the public record being moved to the consent calendar to streamline the meetings. However, I think that this should have been openly explained at the February 9th meeting, which I don't believe it was, and just to put this amend Rules and Open Government Committee work plan in there without specifying that that included that, guys, we can do better than that. I support the decision, but I do not believe it was transparent and open. Thank you.
Back to the committee.
Thank you. Can I get a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Tony?
Arenas?
Yes.
Cohen?
Aye.
Davis?
Yes.
Jones?
Aye.
Thank you.
All right. Next on the agenda is the opposed California ballot initiative constitutional amendment from Councilmember Cohen, and we'll go to the public first. And I don't see any hands raised. So we're going to bring it back to the committee, and I'm assuming Councilmember Cohen that you want to speak to this item.
Yeah, I'll just make it brief. I mean, I think this is a pretty straightforward.
You're on mute.
Didn't unmute myself. Okay.
What you just said was brilliant, but we didn't hear it.
So I'm done. No. Back in December, this was called to the attention of the California League of Cities. Their legislative arm did some research on it, found out how detrimental it would be to city revenues and local revenues, not just cities, but schools, districts as well. The Legislative Analyst Office has also analyzed it and said that it would definitely make it harder for cities to have local revenue. And so the League of Cities unanimously opposes this. This is being supported by some big corporations who are trying to make it really hard to pass local ballot measures for revenue. So the League of Cities has asked that cities across the state pass a resolution opposing it. It's right now under circulation. Signatures are due, I think, May 1st. So they have a couple months to get the 1 million signatures they need. And the League of Cities has joined with a coalition to try to defeat this measure. And the information's in the memo. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to move approval of the resolution to move forward to council. And just to answer Councilmember Davis, this is not the same resolution this is not the same ballot measure that she's circulating. This is a different ballot measure.
Councilmember Davis?
Thank you, Councilmember Cohen. That ballot initiative is not being circulated any longer for 2022 ballot, but that is not my question. So the question I have is actually for Lee, but oh, I see Tom is here. Hey, Tom.
Yes, I'm here and the IGR team is here for additional detailed questions. We've been able to dive into this.
Great. Yes, I would appreciate a little bit more information. You know, the ballot summaries aren't always don't give all the background. So I would appreciate our IGR team giving us a little bit more. I appreciate your presentation, Councilmember Cohen. I just want a little bit of background from the IGR team.
No, it's a good idea. No problem.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Councilmember Davis. So this ballot measure proposes some amendments to the California Constitution, and it makes it more difficult not only for local governments to raise revenue, but also the state as well. It kind of does several different things, and it's pretty technical. I'm happy to follow up with the committee and council with a deeper dive, but let me just say now that it expands revenue, it expands the definition of tax as like sort of a legal term of art to include all different types of city revenue. And then it applies some stricter and higher voter thresholds to those different revenue raising, revenue raising measures. It's opposing this measure is in line with the local control legislative program item that the council approved at IGR's last report to council in November. And staff does recommend that we formally oppose this measure.
Okay, Councilmember Davis, did you need anything else or?
That was very helpful, and it would be even more helpful that when this comes to the full council for a vote to have staff weigh in on that. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have a motion and a second. Tony?
Arenas,
Yes.
Cohen,
Aye.
Davis,
Yes.
Jones.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are on to open forum. Tony?
Brian Darby.
Thank you. Vice Mayor, just, I know we can't direct to it. Because of me having to move out of where I was living so quickly when the thing at the park went south, I lost your personal information. I apologize. I sent it to your standard email and I had a long letter expressing the stuff in there. It was mainly a thank you to you personally because of how kind you've been to me personally. And I really appreciate it. The second thing is, and this is sort of outside your purview, but it does concern everybody. There are 6 to 8, I think they're Typhoon class nuclear subs heading out into the Baltic. And these people in Ukraine, Putin's not kidding around. And there's also been some subtle moves towards Taiwan. I don't have kids, but I want to make sure this world goes on to kids. And if we as a species, keep playing this game, it's not going to. We have the ability to end our own existence as a species. And that should terrify all of us. It doesn't seem to. It terrifies me. I mean, I remember 62, not too well, but the digging the shelters and thinking that was it. And we're back at it again, but this time it's a lot scarier because there's a lot more people with nuclear weapons. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. I'm old enough to remember duck and cover too, so I hear you.
Martha.
Yeah, I'd like to bring to the attention of the city of San Jose and hopefully get their support for AB 1944. This has been introduced by Assembly Member Alex Lee, and it's critical to immunocompromised folks, the disabled, and folks who it is not safe for them to let members of the public into their homes. This bill would allow legislative bodies to, by majority vote, to waive having to give the personal addresses of people, for example, boards and commission members would not have to give their personal home addresses and allow members of the public into their homes if they're telecommunicating into a meeting. This is absolutely critical, not only for the medically vulnerable, but just to protect folks. There's all kinds of bad scenarios that could happen if board and commissioners were required to just let anybody into their home. So please do something as individual council members, or refer it to whoever you have to, so the city of San Jose can take a position on AB 1944. Thank you.
Back
Thank
to the
you,
co-
Martha.
Back to the committee.
All right, no other public comments. So this meeting is adjourned. Take care, everyone. Bye.